Good afternoon. My name is Jonhei, and I'm the owner of this journal. And this is my first time of going live on YouTube and doing tutorials like that in 2024. I would like to focus on creating content and doing more tutorials for our musicians in Papua New Guinea, as well as other nations around the world. Now, in this afternoon, I would like to talk about one of the topic. It's of course one of the fiery topics that it's one of the issues that most of the pianists, especially maybe guitarists, lead guitarist, bass guitarist, or some other musicians may as well face the similar issues. But as far as I am concerned, I'm a pianist, and for years I've realized and identified that one of the problems that we face as a judge musicians is transpose button, and that is one of the things that held me back in my playing. You know, I've been consistently playing piano for 20 plus years. I started playing when I was 6 or 7 years old, around that time. And back in the day, there was no YouTube, no Instagram, no Facebook, so nothing. So I had to figure out when I hear someone playing music, or I hear music from radio, I try to listen to that music and try to figure out and go back to my keyboard and try to play those notes to see if I can imitate the kind of music that I heard on the radio. So that was basically the way that I've been playing, and I learned over the years. And growing up in a church, and I had no one to teach me. That's one of the things that I was disadvantaged. But as I became older, and when I came to UOG in 2018, that was a time when I was exposed to YouTube and Instagram and some other social media platforms, where I could see these advanced players playing, and most of the times I was depressed after seeing them, and I thought to myself, I would never play like them, or I would never be like them. So what I did was I took a little snippet of those videos, and I tried to broke it down and just slow the video down and try to see what they were basically doing, and how I learned over the years from 2018 until today. For this session, I would like to point out 4 very important tips for you to see breakthrough. I promise you, and I guarantee you, if you follow these 4 tips, transpose pattern will definitely be distant memory. You will never use it again. And like I said, over the years, 20 plus years, I've been playing in the church, and I played in the key of C. And I realized from most of our musicians, I see them playing, but most of them play in the key of G. The key of G is their reference key. So when they hear someone playing, or when they hear a song on a radio or so, they go back and transpose it, use the transpose pattern, and play in the key of G. That's what they do. And some others, their reference key may be F, others may be D, or others may be C, or something like that. And for myself, my reference key was C. And C, as all of you know, those who play piano, C is one of the easiest keys that you can play. So because of the fact that the key of C was easy to play, and I just disregarded and ignored to play in other keys. And that is the reason why I was held back, And so in this afternoon, I would like to encourage all of you, my followers, my subscribers, and my fans, as much as I don't want you to go the same route or go the same process that I went. So that's why over the years I identified 4 powerful tips. Those tips, if you implement it in your playing, I guarantee you will see a tremendous change and transformation in your playing as of today. So without further ado, I would like to go straight into those 4 tips. Now, tip number 1. Tip number 1 is that you need to change your mindset. So everything starts with your mindset and ends with your mindset. And so, because the mindset is your soul, and so everything that you think of doing is basically you. That you are actually thinking of doing that particular thing. That's why, if you can change your mindset today and say, I want to do this, then you will do it, because you are determined right up in your mind. And so I just want to encourage you, if you played in the key of G all your life and you were complacent in that key, I encourage you to change your mindset. 2024 is the year that you can transform your playing. So if you believe that there's only one key that you need to play, or there's only 2 keys that you need to play, you need to change that mindset, because there are no 1 or 2 keys on piano. On piano we have 12 different keys that you need to play in all 12 keys. So starting today, if you can change your mindset, I'm assuring you again that you will see a transformation and change in your playing. Alright? So let's move down to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is hide your transpose button. You can remove your transpose button out of your keyboard, because that transpose button is the worst enemy. I'm telling you. If you don't remove that button, you will be tempted, and all of a sudden you will find yourself being addicted to using that button. That's why I'm encouraging you. You can surgically remove that button out of your keyboard. And if you do that, you will never be tempted again to use that button. So in this year, try not to use, or try not to see that button on a keyboard. Try to play in all 12 keys. So when you listen to a track, or when you listen to a track on your MP3 or on your phone or on a radio or so, and you want to play back that particular song as it is playing, you want to play it back when you at your when you actually want to play keyboard against the track that is playing. I encourage you, don't transpose it and try to match the track and play in your favorite key. Try to play in that particular key that they recorded that song in, and then you will see that you will force yourself to play in other keys. All right. So tip number 2: hide your transpose button. Get a sticky tape and just hide it, or you can even remove it. Okay. Now tip number 3: practice your major scale. Major scale, major scale, major scale. That is the key. My friends, my musicians, I'm telling you, if you can practice your major scale, if you can know your major scale inside and out, know your major scale inside and out 2024, I'm telling you, in no time, you will play in all 12 keys, not in 2 or 3 keys, but you will play in all 12 keys. So that's the big tip I'm giving you. You play in all 12. You will be able to play in all 12 keys when you can master your major scale. Now, major scale. What is a major scale? Major scale is a 7-note scale. You play on your piano, up and down. In our next tutorial, in our next video, or in our next session, we will go through that major scale, and you will figure out how it sounds. And we will also look at your fingerings. So we will learn all of that in all 12 keys. Maybe in our following tutorial, we will look at the number system. And in each of those scale degrees, you have there are 7 chords. For example, if you play in the key of G, or let's say if you play in the key of C, the first degree is the C chord, or C triad. And second degree you have D minor, and then third degree you have E minor, and the fourth degree you have F major, and the fifth degree you have G major, and the sixth degree you have A minor, and the 7th degree you have the diminished chord right there, and then it goes back to the C major or C triad again. So those ones we will learn number system in the following videos. So stay up to date. Now, so yes, so you have to practice your major scale like that, and I can guarantee you in no time you will play in all 12 keys. All right, our final tip now. So now we looked at the major scale. But now, what are you going to do with the major scale now? Okay, major scale, you have to practice it daily. You have to practice, you have to make it your business to practice those scales, those major scale especially, daily. Now, there are many scales out there that you need to play. Major scale, minor scale, blues scale, and pentatonic scale, and jazz scale, bebop scale, and all those scales that advanced guys use. We are not going to look at those scales right now as yet, but we are focusing here at a beginner's level. We are looking at a major scale right now for this session, so I want to focus on that. So when I say every day, I'm not talking about you practicing for hours and hours, 4 to 5 hours. No, I'm not talking about. Actually, I discourage that. You practice 1 hour. I recommend you practice 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day, or even less than. Sometimes maybe you find that you don't have time. You can practice even 45 minutes, 30 minutes. But at least you do something for the day. So this thing about playing, becoming a very good pianist, a well-rounded pianist, they call it. If you want to be a well-rounded pianist, this thing is about discipline. So you have to practice those scales daily, consistently. So if you can consistently practice daily, you will see a very, very big transformation. So, and there are many YouTubers online. They claim that you can be an advanced player in 6 months or 3 months. I don't buy that. I don't believe that. Because as a pianist myself, I had to put my effort every day, daily, in order to see the real transformation. Because when you are practicing daily, what you will notice is that you will develop what we call a muscle memory. And when you play the scale regularly and consistently, daily, you will identify that your fingers will begin to just go. It just subconsciously, the subconscious mind will take over, and you will just play it. So sometimes when I play, run the scales like major scale or minor scale or something like that very fast, and I don't think about, okay, now I have to press C and then D and E. No, I don't think about that, because the muscle memory, I've been doing that for many years. It became part of my life. It became the muscle memory and the subconscious mind. They take over and just so the thing is that, okay, now I'm going to play this scale. That is the thing that I need to conceptualize up in my mind. And my mind says, okay, now I need to play this. I will play this scale, and then my hand just goes. It just plays. Because that scale I have practiced for years or for months. That's why my fingers just knows those keys or those notes that it can play. Yes, so I hope this message or this lesson helped you a lot. So there you have it. So these are my 4 tips. So before we go, I would like to wrap up, but conclude and just mention those 4 tips again. Right. Tip number 1, you have to change your mindset. Tip number 2, hide your transpose pattern, or you can surgically remove it. Okay. Tip number 3, we have practiced your major scale in all 12 keys, not just in one key, not just in G, or not just in C, or one of your favorite keys. No, practice in all 12 keys. So practice major scale. And tip number 4, and our last tip, is that practice your major scale daily. And if you can practice your major scale daily, you will see a change in your playing. All right. So with that, thank you very much for watching. And please, if you have never subscribed to this channel, I would like you to do that right now, because after this video, there will be a series of videos coming down the pipeline. So you don't want to miss this information. All right. So please share this video and comment below. All right. See you again in the next video.